Oh, no, no, oh, no, no, oh, no, no, oh, no, no, oh, 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 aho shiniwana honata, aho shiniwana hey. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy January 2nd. Aho, second, the number two, duality, the pillars, aho, the gateway of stepping through into a new time, into a new way. Are you, can you, will you, do you? Or are you just paying yourself lip service and double talk? I haven't talked about lip service and double talk in a long time, and I should, especially at the end of the year, because a lot of people spend a lot of time giving themselves lip service and double talk about I'm gonna change, and I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna this, and I'm gonna that, and I'm gonna make a New Year's resolution, and 2 weeks later I'll check in on you and you're 5 pounds overweight, you're not going to the gym, you're sitting in the couch, you're not doing your art, you're not doing your music, you're not doing you because you don't know how to, because it's too hard. You have bought the bitter pill of it's too hard, and you take the bitter pill of it's too hard, it's too difficult, and you swallow it whole. They feed it to you through your TV. They feed it to you through the media. They feed it to you through your radio. Your neighbor, your best friend, parrots that nonsense to you from another parrot, who parrots it from another parrot, who parrots it from another parrot. Welcome to Tuesday, not Tuesday, Tuesday. What will you choose today that's better than it was yesterday, last week, last month, last year? I hear all the complaining and the bitching and the whining about 2023, and they did the same bitching about 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019, so on and so forth, and you're still bitching, and you're preparing your bitching internally for the end of 2024 to go into 2025. Yes, you are. I heard somebody talking about making a resolution, a new resolution. I want to check in with her in about a week and a half to see where she's at, to see where her waistline is at, to see where her self-esteem is at, right? To see where her resolution is at. People take a lot of time and spend a lot of wasted time whining and bitching about their lives instead of doing something about it. And there's a lot of teachers that teach what they teach, but they don't teach people how to look at themselves and ask themselves questions. They bypass themselves to get to somebody else. You will bypass yourself to become somebody else and never quite become you, because you don't know how, because the teachers and the gurus in this world don't teach you, and the ones that do teach you, you don't listen to. I hope. That's why I love the Hindis. I love the Hindi teachers. I love guys also like Dr. Gabor Mate. Gabor Mate is a hero in my book because he helps you to transform your life. He tells you how. He tells you what to do. He doesn't tell you to sit on your hands, to sit and meditate, to go to yoga every day. Do something that's meaningful every day from the moment you open your eyes. Do something. I had a client sitting in the chair in front of me yesterday, and I asked him, what do you do in the morning? He says, I pee. I said, don't pee. When you wake up in the morning, you put your feet on the floor, connect with Mother Earth, because we are the 4 elements of air, water, fire, water, and earth. And you connect with the 4 elements of the earth. You don't need grounding rods or grounding shoes Just put your feet on the floor. It's that simple. You don't have to go outside and stand on a rock, because when you run to the rock will be melting. Nina Simone tells you so. The sea will be boiling. Be where you are with your body, with your soul, with your intention. Or do you have intention? Do you actually have intentions? Or are they somebody else's intentions? Are they the intentions of the squawking parrot and the squawking parrot and the squawking parrot and the squawking parrot? Do I sound negative to you? I may sound negative and I may sound intense, but I'm not. It's pretty simple. If you're willing to listen to the inner self and not the chitter chatter of your community or the guys at Walmart or Whole Foods or the what they're saying on social media, who cares? What do you have to say? What do you have to feel? What do you have to think? Do you know how to? Or have you been so programmed by your Catholic school, by your public school, by your government, by your local community, by the naysayers in the world, that you won't do anything because you're afraid that they will talk about you? Let them talk about you like they talk about me, because I don't care. I do what Walking Crow does, and that's it. And that's a whole. I have somebody in my life who he's 60 whatever years old, and he's still going out every New Year's Eve looking for a party because he hasn't grown up yet. Now, I'm not saying you're not grown up because you go to a party, but when you don't know how to find peace inside, you go out somewhere else looking for it, like pot, like liquor, like women, like men. When you don't know how to find peace within your body, you will go looking for outside substances and substitutes to make yourself miserable with. We've done it for a lifetime. I did it for a lifetime. I let go of that. And I came into the little boy and I picked him up and I rescued him and I held him and I apologized for leaving him behind. And I merged him with the man, the little boy with the man. And we became WHOL after a lifetime of HOLE. I am whole. I don't need to. I don't have to. I'm not gonna. How many of you people live your lives through, I'm gonna, and you never get to, and you never do it because somebody might be looking. My husband might get mad. My wife might get mad. My girlfriend might not like me anymore. Whatever your excuses for yourself and the continued excuses that you make for yourself, I'm going to say this. August moon, the August full moon is called the buck moon. Do you know what a buck is? A deer, elk, the buck, the male energy. I always say the buck stops here. And pardon my language, but I'm not going to pardon it. The fuck stops here. It stopped with me. I had to let go of my upbringing. I had to let go of the self-destruction, the teaching of self-destruction that I was taught by my well-meaning parents. The apple didn't fall far from the tree, but I had to correct my life. And I had to get right within myself. And I didn't go to the therapist to do it. I didn't go to the psychiatrist to do it. I didn't go to the psychoanalyst to do it. I didn't go to the Akashic records to do it. I didn't go to the tarot cards to do it. I didn't go anywhere else to do it but inside. I went inside. How did I know that? I didn't know that. I didn't know anything. I just simply said yes to somebody when they suggested something, or I didn't even say yes. I just wondered about it and I thought about it when they said it, and I went and investigated it. And because I was willing to listen and investigate for myself, not for them, I changed my entire life and the trajectory of my life. When you deviate just 1 degree from where you are, you will end up in an entirely different world with entirely different beings in an entirely different way. And I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Wayne Snellgrove, standing where, will understand what I just said about being sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was always drunk. I was always lonely. I was always drugged. I was always chasing women. I was always doing this, doing that, doing the other thing, trying to seek inside peace from outside sources. And I never achieved any of that. I never achieved any peace. But once I found my way to stay on track of what I'm doing, and my friend Ted Silverhand in North Carolina twice, 2 or 3 times reminded me last week, stay on track, get some rest. You have a big year, Anthony, and I do have a big year because I have laid the groundwork for where I am going. I planted the seeds last year, 2 years ago, 3, 4 years ago. And they're in the ground, they're inside of me germinating. And the things that I do for me. I don't do for you. Aho. I do for me, not for you. I'm not spending my time in outfits and all kinds of events trying to impress you to give me money. I don't do that. I do what I do. And if you find a healing in what I do, the natural occurrence will take place. The natural occurrency will take place. Because I don't work for free. Sometimes I do. Depends on the person. I take a lot of phone calls and I do a lot of guidance with people. And I'm here to guide you. I'm not here to heal you. I keep hearing people talk about, well-meaning people in social media will talk about how they will heal you with their breath, how they will heal you with their bowls, how they will heal you with cacao ceremony, how they will heal you with that ceremony and this ceremony. None of that means anything unless you actually do the shadow work and the self-work and the self-care on your own when nobody's looking. It's easy to sit in the lotus position when everybody's looking. It's easy to do your yoga when you're in a group, but when you're in your house by yourself and you just woke up and you're not feeling it, you won't do it. Sometimes you guys will, I'm going to go get coffee. I'm going to go get the pastry. I'm going to go have some sugary cereal. And you'll feed yourself that instead of the obvious of what you would like to do for yourself, but you won't because nobody's looking. Aho. Aho. Don't be somebody who's waiting for a crowd to watch you try to change your life. Nobody cares. Nobody's thinking about you. They're not. I heard a lady say on social media earlier, they're not thinking about you that much. I said, they're not thinking about you at all. They're thinking about themselves because we are human beings who are self-absorbed. And there's nothing in there. Absorbing what? We're self-absorbed, but we're absorbing everything from the outer planes, from everybody else and everything else. We're looking for answers outside of ourselves. So what are we absorbed with? Ask yourself, who asked that question? And thank you for the guys. Thank you. They just had me ask that question. How can I be self-absorbed if I'm absorbing your voice, your ideas, your being, your doing, and I'm not doing anything? Aho. Oh. So today's Tuesday. And when I started this little broadcast, I was smudging. I let the smoke run. And I have the sacred feather here. Aho. This is vulture. This is condor. They fly the highest of the birds, and they take your prayers to Creator, Great Spirit, and Great Mother. What is your prayer? What is your offering for yourself? When you offer for yourself, you give to the world. I often hear people talk about, oh, I want to heal the world. I'm concerned about what's happening in Israel and Palestine, but you can't even, you don't even understand why your legs are in pain, why you have pain throughout your body or cancers, but you're concerned about somebody someplace else that you can't do anything about. But as soon as you heal your body, you heal your soul, you are a stronger voice and a stronger soul for those who may need you on the other side of the world. You can't give away what you haven't got. My client I talked to about that yesterday, and I said it to him, and he understood it clearly. You cannot give away what you haven't got. They tell you on American Airlines and on Delta and on Spirit and on Southwest and Alaska and all those different airlines, when you get on the plane, they go through the rigmarole of telling you when the pressure drops in the cabin and the mask fall, put it on yourself first. Because if you're busy trying to help the person next to you, you are going to perish. You are going to die. And so is that person next to you. Because you're going to be lacking oxygen. And you're not going to be able to feed yourself that oxygen that your brain, your heart, and your soul need to stay alive. Do you first. Do you always. Always. Does that sound selfish? So what? Selfish is a government that you vote in, right? Oh, it's my duty to vote as an American, but you vote a fool in over and over and over again who does nothing for you in that seat of Congress, in that seat of Senate, in that seat of the presidency. Nothing. Nothing. How's that vaccine working for you? How's that COVID working for you? How's all that corn growing across middle America going for you that isn't food but is for fuel and GMO corn for feeding animals what you think are organic, and you're eating that shit and taking it into your body. And you keep voting those people in because they allow the powers that be to do what they do. They open the gates and pave the way for that bullshit. You know I'm talking about it. And you know it's true. So, what will you allow for yourself? What will you change today? Tuesday, not Tuesday, because a lot of you like to correct me because you're always right. You know who you are. You'll write it out. Tuesday. No, Tuesday. You have not chosen different for yourself. And it's obvious because you're trying to control the world. Ask yourself, am I real? Really? Am I ready for the new year? Really? This isn't even the new year. This is the Gregorian New Year. And a lot of you have bent over and bowed down to it. You bowed down to it and you prepare for it for half the year. So what? I wait for springtime. This is winter. This is the time of rest. This is the time of going into the den and going in. Listen to my words. I've been talking about it since I came on. This is about going inward. Inward. New beginnings. The direction of the north is direction of winter, earth, rest, wisdom. Wisdom. Where does your wisdom come from? It comes from going inside and listening. Listening. Not to listening to social media and listening to the parrots and seeing what cool outfits have people on at their healing sessions and all that stuff. Who cares? Who cares? You're there and usually your eyes are closed. So what are you looking at? What do they think you're looking at? Aho. Find yourself a teacher that'll actually ask you hard questions. I'm not telling you to find me. The people that are supposed to find me and work with me, work with me. Because there's people here in Sedona who say that they work with me, that they never sit down and work with me. They just talk about me and that I'm their teacher. And I'm like, what? How many times have you been in front of me or in front of the fire with me or on the trail with me or at the water with me or breathing the same air as me? How many times? But you'll tell people that I'm your teacher. I don't understand that. And there are those that learn from me because they're willing to listen with their heart and not with their ears that are attached to their head, which are attached to ether. This is ether. This is ether. This is ether. And the fifth chakra block is not right here. It's right here behind the eyes. And it keeps you floating up in the ethers. You can't eat it. You can't drink it. You can't smell it. You can't taste it. You can't do anything with it. But you'll live up there and you'll fill your body with all kinds of lies. Food-wise, soul-wise, spirit-wise, religion-wise, politically, and you name it, socially. You'll fill yourself with those lies. Step away from the lies. Step into the truth. The truth is within you if you're willing to seek that out. If you're brave enough to go into the rabbit hole and be in the tight space and in the dirt and in the darkness and lack oxygen, you have to go through that to become the light within yourself, within your own rabbit hole. Stop being afraid. Step into the bravery which comes from within. Fear comes from outside. Bravery comes from within. The drums on my wall, which are, and this isn't about selling drums, the drums that are on my wall for me are the medicine of the deer, the Kuan Yin medicine, the compassionate voice, bravery, and have the willingness to go up the mountain to see Great Spirit, whatever Great Spirit is for you. Go up that mountain. Find your brave self from within. Let go of the fearfulness that comes from your neighbor, your sister, your mother, your father, your alcoholism, your drug addiction. You know, are you a spiritual being? If you're a spiritual being, you don't need all that stuff. Spirit's in, spirit out. Singular. Spirit, plural, in. Spirit, singular, out. Remove the spirits, plural. Singular returns. Those of you who are walking around doing ceremony all the time, and you're dancing on the rocks, and you're doing cacao ceremony, and you're using organite, and you're doing all these things, but you're still smoking the potty poo, you're numbing your body, you're numbing your mind, you're blocking the connection between here, and keeping the block here that's keeping you up in here. You're not fooling anybody with, oh, it's organic. It's mama medicine. It's blah, 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 blah. You know what? You're lying to yourself, and I won't listen to your lie. And you can tell that because I do not spend time with you, and I don't go out of my way to spend time with you. Not that I don't like you, but you lie to yourself, and if you lie to yourself, you will lie to me. That's okay. You can lie to me all you want. But I won't let you lie to yourself, and I'll call you on it. I called my client on it. I call everybody who comes to see me on their stuff. Why do I do that? Because I want the best for them. I want them to give the best to them because I give the best to me. I don't go out and party just because it's the last day of the year or it's the second Tuesday of next week or it's Saturday or it's Friday. Oh, TGIF. So every day is Friday with me. Every day is Friday with me. And I'm willing to give myself the best of what I got. The best of what you got if you're willing to give the best of what you got to yourself. And I will share that with you. And I will bond with you. And I will become a pillar with you. I will become duality with you. The pillar, the mirror. We will mirror each other and we will walk in harmony because we are willing to walk hand in hand in the same way, really. We are willing to give ourselves things that are good for us and stop lying to ourselves and start giving ourselves the truth that we solely deserve. So, hear that? Solely deserve. S-O-U-L. Solely deserve. We deserve that. We deserve better than the world we've been letting the world give us. We deserve better than the distractions of social media. We deserve better than to have to vote for a fool for president, a fool for Senate, and a fool for Congress, and a fool for mayor, and a fool for councilman, and a fool for a friend. Not all your friends are fools, but we're fooled by people. And I'm full of it. I'm full up to here with the nonsense. And if you don't like that, take a feather and find your way. Oh, this is a serious talk today because I've been watching everybody and listening to everything. Not everybody, those that I can, over the last few days. And, oh, this is the end. We're coming to the end. We're coming to the end. Man, it sounds like it's a tragedy that the whole year was a tragedy. Was it? Was it? Were you just surviving or were you thriving throughout the year? I was thriving throughout the year. Even when I thought I didn't have anything to do, I've had something to do, and rest was a big part of it. Ted Silverhand reminded me, Walking Crow, you have to rest. You have a big year coming up, and that's what I did yesterday. That's what I did the day before. I rested. I'm not in a hurry for a flurry. I don't need your attention so badly that I have to go out and find something to do to impress you. So I feel like I'm impressed with myself. I'm saying a lot of things. And I want you to ask yourself, why is he saying all this? And then I want you to go into your bathroom or wherever you have a mirror and look in the mirror and say to yourself, is that me? Am I doing that? Am I behaving that way? Ask yourself. You don't have to hear it from me. You can ask yourself those questions because you know what you do and why you do what you do and why you do what you don't do. And I'm going to remind you, I see you. I see your posts. I see the desperation to know something in the posts. You see these memes and things, and I'm like, isn't anybody creative? Don't they have anything that's theirs that they have to share, that they have to say, that isn't parroting the parrots, who are parroting the parrots, who are parroting the parrots, who are parroting the fake gurus and teachers, the ones who have really nothing to offer? Find yourself a teacher that works for you. My teacher was Emma Molina Inriquez. She is still. My teacher is Master Seal. My teacher is Marsh Engel. My teacher is the God that doesn't have a beard, that I don't understand, that I pretend to know what he is, and I don't have to pray prayers to him. Because there are billions of people around the world who pray prayers to a God over and over and over. The same prayer, mind you. And I'm going to remind you that he heard you the first time and he heard you the last time. And I believe when you ask him the second time, because you don't trust or have faith, he stops listening to you until you change your prayer. Either you believe, either you trust, or you don't. Either you believe and trust your inner self, your inner world, your inner voice, or you don't. And if you're looking outward for outside sources to make you happy, it's never going to happen. Lots of billionaires in this world nowadays. And guess what? When they die, it ain't going with them. Everybody else is going to get their money. I hope they're going to eat it up. And it was for naught. If you didn't help anybody, if you didn't really give to the world or society, shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Why can't a person who works at Whole Foods make a real decent wage like $40 or $50 an hour, as opposed, and not charge the customer in a multi-trillion-dollar company owned by a multi-billionaire, trillionaire, whatever he is? He can afford to pay those people in every store more money. And at McDonald's, and it doesn't have to come out of our pocket because it already did over and over and over again. Ask yourself, talk to yourself about that. That question, that statement had nothing to do with what I want. That was about somebody else. And what could happen for them, but it won't, because they think they can take it with them. I can't take drums with me. I can't take rattles with me. And I cannot take the book that's about to come out in springtime with me. I can't take any of that with me. All I can take is what I was willing to do and unwilling to do in my life. And it doesn't matter. Because if I'm happy and satisfied with how I lived my life to the end, I don't have to come back and do anything. I don't have to choose to be an ant or an asshole. I don't have, my choices are elsewhere. And I want to be a higher being. A higher being. I want to live in a higher level of myself. And I've learned to do that over the last 14 years. I didn't learn how to do that in the first half of my life. I had to spend a lot of time overcoming and learning to love that little boy who was never loved, who they didn't know how to love because they couldn't love themselves. And I learned to love me. And it's because I love me that I'm saying what I'm saying to you. You don't like it? Too bad. Find another friend. Click like on somebody else's page. Because I have far too many people on my page, and we could use some room for people who actually want to hear something believable, something original. Something original. There's a thing. Here's something original. There's nothing original in this world. Sorry. But I was given a lot of words and a lot of statements over my years as Walking Crow. From sitting still in my bed, anywhere from an hour to 4 hours, sitting still every morning, listening to what the guides and the universe had to say to my heart. Not my head, not my ears, not social media, not Time Magazine, not Barnes and Noble's bookstore. No, none of that. It came from the spirit world, from the universe. And I said yes. Are you willing to say yes to yourself after a lifetime of no's? Are you? Can you? Will you? Do you? My name is Walking Crow. And if I was a little intense for a Tuesday morning, I chose something different today. I chose something real today. I chose something that's not new, but repeated within my psyche, within my soul constantly, because I believe in who and what I am. I don't believe your version, because your version is a lie. I believe my version of who and what I am. I love clicking on and listening to my friend Tony and my friend Standing Bear, and the words that they use, because their words are real. They're not trying to impress you, but they are trying to impress upon you the reality that is theirs. This is my reality. What's your reality? Or do you have a reality? Aho, aho. My name is Walking Crow, and I am Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine. Asking you to have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Tuesday. Aho, shinawana honata. Aho, shinawana hey.